later play. Sorry I've been gone the last couple of days. I had some things I had to do, a couple appointments right at that time that I normally do my streams. But here I am right now. Let me go ahead and get the video set up properly. Sorry, it looks like it's having some issues. Let's see here. There we go. So yeah, I wasn't here for the last couple of days. I'm here now though. Last stream of the week. Before we get into the weekend here, let's have some fun. Let's see. Put that up. Today is my border collie Chiron's 7th birthday. She is 7 years old. Hopefully I can get another 15 to 20 years with her. I'll do everything I can to get that. Whoa! Carol Dora 8207 on Kick. Looks to me like you were clearly a bot. Let's see. And again, until they give some serious fixes to City Skylines 2, I won't be playing that for a bit. It was a colossal disappointment, that game was. Colossal order, colossal disappointment. Colossal waste of money. Colossal order, probably owned by the New World Order. Illuminati, bad people. How else could you explain them so intentionally trying to destroy what was a good franchise? Ah, well. I don't have any control over that. All I can do is let people know how I feel about it. That they should be ashamed of themselves, but are they? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they're very content with what they're doing. It is what it is. They want me to try to have some type of attempt at control over things like that. To put me in a state of expectations not aligning with reality, and therefore a state of despair, because they're evil. It's like they harvest, almost like we're a farm, our negative emotional energy. It's really interesting the way that works. All I can really do if I want to, you know, not go completely crazy about it, just be objective. Say it for what it is. I'm sure there are those that partake in the mess without even realizing they are. No doubt about that. And it is a mess. The Illuminati want chaos. It's what they seek. Excuse me. It can be hard to call it out sometimes when they're so clever with their execution, even acting like they're emotionally being hurt by you saying these certain things, but they're not. They're just trying to get more negativity out of you. They're very clever, very clever, or crafty, let's say. Clever indicates intelligence. Craftiness just indicates, having a lot of tricks. Only solution is to call them out, especially when they take you out of the fight. It's like, oh, you're no fun. I can't absorb any negativity from you. Let's just get him out of the fight so he can't stop us from getting negativity from others. Whatever. Whatever. It is indeed demonic, parasitic, and has no purpose in existence. That is to say, it should not exist. The universe would be better off without it existing. And all life within it. All order within it. Excuse me. Excuse me. Acid reflux.
I can't.
What's in there? Oh, okay.
Impossible.
Alright, so it's ethereal. That's a good start. We'll see if it's actually halfway decent. I doubt it. That's nice. If only that were ethereal. That's really nice. I love that. Damn. If only it were like 400% damage. Then that would have been monsters. Monstrous. So, went to the doctor yesterday, and I checked my blood pressure 3 separate times to try to see if they were getting anomalous results or whatnot. It was 90/60. Really low blood pressure. It's very odd. Normally my blood pressure is like, well, perfect, frankly, like 115/75. Right? But it was really low yesterday. And I had some of the symptoms of low blood pressure, so it didn't surprise me all that much. With those symptoms, but it was kind of odd. And then they told me what my INR was, because I asked them, so I thought maybe that was related. INR stands for International Normalized Ratio. It's basically a measure of your blood's clotting factor. I take warfarin to make it so that my blood's a little thinner, so that it doesn't clot as easily. I do that intentionally because I have problems with that, apparently. My INR was really high, relatively speaking. It's like, well, that explains it. That's why my blood pressure was so low. So I, took 1 less warfarin, 2 milligrams less last night at my own direction. See if that hopefully puts me more in the center of my range. But it was interesting because they've had a lot of difficulty getting my INR higher. It's been hovering like right around barely 2, 1.72, and then all of a sudden, boom, it goes straight up to 3. It's weird. It's like it's getting whipsawed in one direction and the other. It's not like I'm varying my diet. I mean, my diet is on point. If you guys saw what I eat every day, you'd be like, holy crap, this guy eats like he's trying to live for 700 years. And I would tell you, yeah, I do. But, even so, my body is being real weird. Excuse me. Go your own way. Come blah 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 blah. You can go the prescribed way. You can go the prescribed way. I mean, the hustle room mode is really good with the scourges, but I've got a bunch of them. So I don't know if it's something I should hold on to. That's about it. Let's see, I have a room somewheres. Look a little. Okay. Once I have them, I'll just go find one. That's fine. Herbalist marmalade. Under normal circumstances, you can get a lower KURAST run done in about 33 seconds. But I tend to go a little bit slower because I open up more chests and just try to be casual about it, have a little bit more fun. But if you're curious, there you go. Arbalest marmalade. And another species tries to create an entire race of intelligent beings as their food source. That is completely unacceptable in universal law, if you will. Unacceptable. Man. Pavis. Penvis. Move your pelvis. Partisan. Oh. To split in two. Hello, Michael Krashchenik. I remember that your name is, but could you please remind me? It's Pearson. Michael Krashchenik. That's right. That's how you spell it. I do. Yes, I do. I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, specifically, but I do remember that I was talking to you about that stuff. That's really not funny, dude. Really not funny. And if you keep talking like that, I might have to mute you. I'll tell you that the amount of pain that people deal with in this world, to add to it, or to encourage, whether directly or indirectly, more pain is not a good thing, my friends, so don't do that. I tell you, your life matters. It very much does, regardless of what jackasses in this world might want to tell you. Your life does matter. Oh, damn it. Yes, those powers are real. And they're really fighting for your soul. One wants you in eternal suffering. One wants you in eternal freedom. Do you want to speculate? Speculating is fine, so long as you're helping and not hurting. Sorry, I have some acid reflux going on right now. There's nothing that could save me in 2020 but for luck sitting here, but this case was much more severe. I'm sorry to hear you're having difficulties. Man. I do hope they remedy for you soon. You know, the best way to remedy those kinds of difficulties is to sow into others positivity. There are this many things we control in this world, and we know this much. It's almost nothing. But what we do know is that you can make other people's lives better. You can react to the adversity in your life better. Show people that there is a way to win where they can't see one. Diablo 2 is a classic, man. My favorite game. Then you started talking about God, and I wasn't gonna something. I started to respect you like a real person next to me, not like a fake respect for the pictures on the screen. Oh, thank you, Lacko Krasochnik. I really appreciate that. I do. But, you know, you gotta understand, most people are just trying to survive. Most people have no idea where they're going. They're kind of just like punching in the dark. So a lot of people in that light are just sort of going with the inertia or the momentum of their lives, right? And therefore, a lot of what they do is kind of empty. It's not necessarily because they want it to be. It's just because it's what's worked for them. It's what's kept them alive. There is a certain framework that's been given to us by by God, right? And that framework is one that is fulfilling. But we, in our stubborn nature as human beings, are always trying to reinvent the wheel. Again, it's hard to blame humanity for this because we live such short lives, my man. And we know so little. And we have to relearn everything every time we come back to this world. Every generation has to relearn everything from the last generations. But the framework's already there. You ever thought of the idea that hell is, or heaven, same thing, is not a place, but instead is company and a state of mind? So you could be living on Earth with everybody else right now, but be in hell because of those with whom you share this reality, as well as your mental state. And that is where the parasites want to derive the power and control. Which wolf will you feed in your own soul? Right? The one of despair or the one of hope? I choose to feed the one of hope. And if you can do that facing even more resistance than everyone else, then you're going to give the demon fits. And give him fits. Let's see. And start realizing who I really am, since how are you saying that, Lacocrashchenik? What makes you think you're a parasite? Come on. A parasite is somebody who's intentionally hurting people for their own enjoyment. Are you doing that? Don't spread negativity. Remember, it's not about you, my friend. It's about helping others. So I hurt other humans just because I'm insecure somewhere. So I start sucking knowledge useless from the person until it's too late to resume communication. Well, I would say that the overwhelming majority of the time, we personally believe that it's too late because there are things that we believe we can't say and we can't do. Right? Sometimes, you can just say things directly to a person. Like, look at my shirt. See that? single straight search. It can be that. Make it obvious. And a lot of people think it's impossible to change the path that they've lived in their lives. It's not impossible to change it. It's not. Don't worry about it, Lacko Krasachnik. It's all good. I'm not worried about whether I'll, I mean, I want to be successful in this world, but the less successful I am, despite all of my, what's the word I'm looking for? My calling of the enemy's bluff only makes it more obvious that the enemy is there. So I'm not too worried about it. I'd like to be successful, but whatever. My success is helping other people. And I really do worry how you can read my nickname so successful. I'm silly. It's an interesting name. I don't know what it means, but it's an interesting one. So back then, God was trying to tell us something, but was it just plan or? To what are you referring? It was just one occasion when I thought of the very same thing. Oh, I think I remember the synchronicity thing, right? Yeah, I remember, but I don't remember what it was. What was the specific thing again? Oh, yeah, I remember. I do remember that happening. Interesting, Lacko. Krasachnik. I'm picking up what you're putting down, what you're trying to say. But whether that's true or not, don't spread that kind of negativity to people. We were talking about aviation and B707, but after that, I do not recall the memories. Yeah. I think we were saying something about you can always go around. Maybe that was somebody else? I don't remember. You can always try again. You're still alive. It's already intoxicated by vodka by that time. But is it just that song? Yeah, I can't remember. I know that we had some type of synchronicity, like God was talking to us directly. I just can't remember what it was, and it's a damn shame I can't. But my memory is imperfect. Hence much of the struggle that I and we face in life. Alrighty. I get the impression my blood pressure is still pretty low because I'm a little dizzy. Get it back in the normal range. that should be helpful to all of us, but sometimes we just don't understand his or her message, right? Sometimes? Hey, I love humanity, but we're pretty dumb, man. You have to make it really obvious what God wants you to do. But I will say there's also an aspect to that of God not being able to go against his divine edicts, right? He can't tell you face to face to break his own commandments, because if he does that, he's not God. Definitionally, axiomatically, right? But that might be the only way to square a circle that needs to be squared to maximize the number of lives that are saved. I mean, you look through the Bible, and the life, the lineage of Jesus Christ was a convoluted mess. You know, he had, David was an adulterer with many wives. King Solomon had 1,100 concubines or something like that. The path of Israel was all over the effing place, but it was all to try to get down a certain path that would lead to Jesus. It's the same with our lives. God can't tell us to break his edicts, because then he's not God, and there's no differentiation. It's all chaos. No differentiation between the black and the white, right? But we do have free will, and we also are granted grace, infinite grace. As long as we have an allegiance to God, Jesus, then that means that if he tells us we did something wrong, we're going to listen to him, right? And we are going to be repentant of that thing that we did wrong. But sometimes, just a combination of all your understandings of your spirituality, your religion, your theology, what is right and wrong, what needs to be done, just leads you to going down a path that, while it's correct, was not the best one. As much of a conundrum as that is. And I think specifically about one particular thing that I just could not bring myself to do. Technically, I was following the letter of the law, but I could not bring myself to do it, to get to the best consequences. That's on me. That's on me. So, yeah, the path to get to Jesus was a convoluted mess, but it got to him. Pearson, aka Weird Real, because I like him and what he says. Thank you, Lako Krasochnik. Appreciate that. Well, a cyber hug to you too, my friend. Come on, man. Why'd you say that? Why you do this? Oh, according to LeVay. Who's LeVay? Snake ring! Actually, that's just an egocentric philosophy. Well, I'm glad you can differentiate that. Because if it's telling you that through humility you are a Satanist, which you're expressing to me a lot of humility right now, which is a really good thing, then that philosophy does not sound to me to be correct. But if you've ever watched the movie Inception, we were talking about, oh, no, I ain't that person who will tell you that all of your beliefs are wrong. I'm not killing anyone for mine, or so they say rituals. It's just a philosophy. Yeah, for sure. I mean, to truly follow God requires humility, right? Saying that there is something greater than yourself. Hey, look at that, a carrion wind. Don't need it, but it's good. That there is something greater than yourself. That you don't know everything. And as a result, you are given grace. Oh, okay. I get you. I get you. I didn't think you were. I was just a little bit confused as to why you had originally said that first line. But now I know. It only takes one if, as I say. It's like, I'm a Satanist if you follow LaVey's philosophy. Therefore. But yeah, you know, you were talking about, well, we were talking about You Can Always Go Around, right, that song. And I think of the movie Inception, when the main character, Cobb, is supposed to leave the dream with his friends, but has to instead stay there to save his wife, or not his wife, but to save one of the people that came down to the dream with him. And his second opportunity to get out of the dream failed, so he had to go around and wait for the next opportunity. So I think of that. And we are all kind of in a dream. It's not to say that this isn't real. It's not his philosophy, but mine. I adjusted it so that I would feel comfortable with it. Well, I'll tell you this. If one is to say that they are a Satanist and have a philosophy that is actually aiming towards the good, then all that means is that, you know, that individual that you're claiming to worship is not evil. And, you know, if you look at a show like Lucifer, he's made out to not be an evil person. But it's the same philosophy. It's just a switch of the names. That's all it is. Like, my name is Peyton, right? That's my first name, Peyton. Am I evil because my name sounds like Satan? No, I guarantee you I'm not. At least no more than any other human being. But it is what it is, you know? A name is just a name. It matters. There's a story behind it. And who and what we are is stories, don't get me wrong. But it is just a name. So. I think it leads mostly to a knee-jerk reaction to those who are uninitiated to the deeper labyrinths of truth. The 50 milliliters of tert and alcohol today. I called the ambulance for a person who was clearly intoxicated with ethanol products. The ambulance arrived with my guidance to save him from suffocation in his own vomit. Interesting. Not quite sure what you mean by that. Are you saying that fate is what you made it? Consequences. Maximize your usefulness. Well, you said you had to mute me if I told you what I wanted to do. That would be the entire story. Well, if you did that, let me ask you, for what reason would you deem it necessary to forcibly leave this world? Why would you do that to yourself? Why? let's just speak in hypotheticals here and not say it directly because I don't want to discourage other people who might be watching, especially if there are kids in this chat, which there could be at any point. Which is why I would mute you. But speaking indirectly, why would you do that? The doctor asked me about that. I hardly find any words to describe it. In English, it would be even harder. I was exhausted. Well, Lako Krashchenik, I cannot blame you for being exhausted. Because we've been dealing with some shit in this world, like the last decade. I'll just say, at least from my perspective, I'm a millennial, right? I'm 34, I'm soon to be 35. We've faced more black swan events in my generation than almost any other generation, if not any other generation. So I can understand if you're exhausted. Totally get that. But I'll tell you, that is not the way. It's not. There are other ways to get out of that situation. Namely, turn off the TV, minimize your use of social media, walk yourself into healthier communities, principally build your personal relationships in your life, right? Go towards the things that you actually can control. And the things that you can actually control are: 1, how you react to adversity; 2, your personal relationships; and 3, tagging on to both of those, your own family. And if you don't have a healthy, immediate family, then go find a community that you know has a propensity towards being healthier. Let's just say, for instance, a Christian church. And don't go to the first one that you try. Or don't assume it's going to be de facto awesome. Because it might take a few opportunities before you find the right one. Right? But there are other ways than forcibly trying to remove yourself from this world. Right? And, triage. Desperate times call for desperate measures. If you need to, don't be ashamed of it. You can take prescription medication like Prozac. Take Prozac. It works really well. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. So I can't tell you what you should and should not do in that regard. But what I can say is that there's a place for it. It's not all bad. Prozac's a pretty damn good medication. It's like the oldest SSRI that there is. I think it's been around since like the 60s or 70s. It's time-honored, time-tested, works really well. So that's what I'd say. There's more, but I think that'll do for now. Being exhausted is not the very thing that led me towards it. I just don't have enough vocabulary either in Russian or in English. So I guess despair is what you are trying to tell me. Jaded at the world. I believe, well, no, I can't say that. But what I can say is, to despair is a sin. I'm not sure if you meant to put that period in there or not, but if you meant that period, then I love people too. If you didn't mean that period, then I would say understand that we are all sinners of the absolute nth degree. We are all sinners, and I, the greatest among them. We screw up all the time. We're supposed to be our brother's keeper, and we fail at that over and over and over. What I would tell you, it's just because others have failed you, doesn't mean you should let yourself fail them. Keep going. Don't give up. Don't succumb to despair. What a true leader will do is they will continue and take up the mantle themselves if nobody else will. And a true leader will therefore prevent chaos. And a true leader doesn't care if nobody sees them as that. Nobody ever gives them recognition or accolades. Or rather, they do care, but they don't let it stop them. Thank you. And by that, I mean that you might have helped me now. Hopefully you'll find a way to fix it all. Well, I am grateful for the opportunity to have been able to help you, if even a little bit. Alright? And what I'll say on top of that is you matter. Okay? You matter. It's not about me. I'm just a guy. Ooh, that's a good weapon. Look at that, huh? 266% enhanced damage, ethereal, and repairs its own durability. Nice. Socket that and put something nice in it. Glad I picked that up. High five. Can I tell you something about my alarms? Sure. Go for it. it's this. RWS. You like yourself some United States Air Force aircraft, eh? I mean, hey man, if it wakes you up. Another ethereal one. Ah, another repairs durability again. Unfortunately, not enough enhanced damage on it, but could have been good. I plan my first international travel this year, and it's most likely going to be Kurdistan, where they operate just B733, retro flight with no extra fees. Any particular reason Kyrgyzstan? Is it just because it's close, or? Oh, no way. 3,000 kilometers away? Damn. Never mind. It's cheap for me, and as I'm still a student depending on my parents. Oh, yeah. to Bishkek. Man, that's crazy. I didn't even realize that, you know, the areas were so spread apart over there. I mean, from coast to coast of the United States, it's about 3,000 miles, right? So, what you're telling me about that is that it's like, sheesh, man. Let's see, if there's something like, wow, that's cheap. That's like $50. Damn. Yeah. Unfortunately, most of those countries that are either near the Middle East or the Middle East, generally pretty poor. Very sad. And of course, I guess near is a relative term. We're talking like 1,800 kilometers or 1,800 miles or so. The apartment should be like, holy crap! $150 a night? My goodness! Ever seen the movie Euro Trip? pal that is from there from my union. He said it's all true, but I still have to consult with him about public transport, etc. Well, if it's $1.50 per night to rent a room, then hopefully it's like 5 cents to get a bus ride. Yeah, it's not Europe, but it's kind of what they were alluding to in that movie. Like Eastern Europe is like a completely different world with a hell of an exchange rate. Do you recall 100 Days of Napoleon? Are you talking about the time that he tried to march on Russia? Like back in the, what was it, the late 1700s or something? Last time I studied that was back in high school, so about 17 years ago for me. 18. No, it's going to be 125 Days of Rodin. Rodin. I don't know who Rodin is. Oh, that's your name? Rodin? Ilya Ramadich Rodin. Good deal. Alright, man. Hey, there you go. Hopefully you'll have some fun. I would presume that it's going to be a little bit warmer there in the following days. Seeing as how we are mid-spring right now. Or Elias, if you want. Call you Ilya. If you don't mind, Ilya. Or maybe Elijah. Of course, Elijah, a character in the Bible that God, whatchamacallit, came down to earth to console because he was depressed. They also fed him, and he was probably not the same when he was hungry, so he was hangry. Said, God came down with his angel and said, grab a Snickers. The fuck? I read the Bible and there was no such nonsense. Maybe not with, God going down to Elijah to say, here, grab the Snickers. But he did go down to console him because he was depressed. Then again, I don't know the Bible perfectly. Maybe I misread that section. I don't know. But something to keep in mind is bears and 42 children. I don't recall that portion. My knowledge of it is not perfect. But what I will say is keep in mind, if/when the next time you experience a bout of serious depression, it could be that you're just hungry. I'm only half kidding, because much of the time we don't realize that it is just because we're hungry that we're feeling bad. My mother was that way for the longest time until I showed her that every time she would have explosive anger, her blood sugar was low, and she needed food. chill. Chill out, Chiron. Sheesh. Ooh. Excuse me. That's exactly what I thought was going to be it. Alright, this will be the last run. Oh, for a second. Alrighty, that's it, guys. You know the drill. As always, it's been real, it's been fun. It's been real fun. See y'all on Monday. Peace.